stress affects your body. Not just how you feel, but how your body actually functions. And if you've been feeling overwhelmed, on edge, tired, not sleeping well, or just off, your body is already responding to that. Welcome to the Bloom and Beyond podcast. I'm so glad that you're here. Today we're going to talk about what stress is really doing to your body and why it matters more than most people realize. Because stress isn't just mental, it's physical. And when it keeps happening over and over again, your body really doesn't get a break from it. And when your body is under stress, it releases cortisol. Cortisol isn't a bad thing. It's there to help you respond and to give you energy and to help you get through something. But it's meant to go up and then come back down. The problem is, for a lot of people, it doesn't. It stays elevated because stress isn't just one thing. It's not just one big event. It's everything. It's rushing. It's thinking about everything that you need to do. It's not sleeping well. It's always feeling like you're trying to keep up, and your body doesn't separate those things. It just knows that it needs to stay alert. And when your body stays in that alert state, it starts to affect more than just how you feel. It starts to affect your heart. Your blood pressure can increase. Your body stays in a more heightened state instead of a relaxed one. And over time, that puts more strain on your cardiovascular system. It also affects your blood sugar. When cortisol is elevated, your body releases more glucose into your bloodstream. This can lead to those spikes and crashes. It affects your weight too, especially around your midsection, because your body, in a constant stress state, is more likely to hold on to fat. Stress also affects your sleep. You might feel tired during the day and then have a harder time settling down at night. Or you wake up and you can't fall back asleep. Sound familiar? Stress affects inflammation. Your body stays in a more reactive state. And over time, all of this starts to matter, because this is where we start to see the connection to chronic disease. Things like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and other long-term health conditions. Not from one stressful day, but from stress that keeps going without much recovery. So this isn't about scaring you. It's about understanding what's happening. Because when you understand it, you can start to support your body in a different way. A lot of people think the answer is just to relax. But that doesn't really help, because you can't remove stress completely. So instead of trying to eliminate stress, the goal is to give your body more opportunities to come out of that stress response, to have moments where it can settle. And this is where simple things actually make a difference. Movement helps. Not intense workouts, just movement, walking, even short walks. But what matters is how you're doing it, not rushing through it, not multitasking, actually letting your body slow down while you're moving, because that's what helps shift your nervous system. Breathing matters too, but not just taking that deep breath and moving on, slowing your breathing down in a way that your body can feel it. Longer exhales. Letting your shoulders drop, letting your jaw relax. Even doing that for a minute or two can start to bring your body out of that stress state. Pausing matters. And this is something that most people don't do. We go from one thing to the next, to the next, and to the next, without any space in between. Even taking 30 seconds between tasks and not filling it with scrolling on your phone gives your body a moment to reset. And that matters more than people realize. Your environment matters. constant noise, constant stimulation, and constant input. Your body is processing all of that. Even creating small moments of quiet, turning something off, stepping outside, that can help your system settle. And then there's the emotional side of stress, because not all stress is physical. A lot of it is what you're carrying mentally, what you're thinking about, what you're holding on to. And this is where it gets deeper. Because your body doesn't just respond to what's happening around you, it responds to what's happening inside you. The constant thinking, the replaying conversations, the worrying about what's next, that keeps your body in that same stress response. And one of the most helpful things that you can do is to get that out of your head. Writing things down, not in a perfect way, but just getting it out. Letting your brain stop holding everything at once. That alone can create relief. Setting boundaries matters too, and not in this big dramatic way. Just small, quiet decisions. What you say yes to, what you say no to, what you allow into your time and your energy. Because if everything is a yes, your body never gets a break. And then there's something that people don't talk about enough. It's slowing down without guilt. Because a lot of people feel like if they stop, they're falling behind. So they keep going, even when their body is telling them that it needs a break. But slowing down is not the problem. Sometimes it's the solution. And I want to connect this back to everything else that we've been talking about. Stress affects your energy. And when your energy is off, it's harder to move your body. Stress affects your blood sugar, which affects your cravings and your weight. Stress affects your consistency, because when you feel overwhelmed, everything feels harder to keep up with. So this isn't separate. It's all connected. And that's why this matters. Because if you're trying to change things on the outside, what you're eating, how you're exercising, and your body is still in a constant stress state, it's going to feel harder than it should. So instead of asking, what else should I be doing? Start asking, what would help my body feel a little more settled right now? Maybe that's a walk. Maybe that's stepping away for a few moments. Maybe that's writing things down. Maybe that's saying no to something. Maybe that's just slowing down your breathing. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be something that you actually do. Because those small moments, those small resets, are what help your body come out of that constant stress response. And over time, that makes a difference in your energy, in your sleep, in how your body feels, and in your overall health. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed or like your body is always a little on, this could be part of it. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because your body is responding to what it's under. And when you start to support it in a different way, things can start to shift gradually and in a way that actually feels sustainable. If this episode helped you, please hit the like button and make sure that you're subscribed to the Bloom and Beyond podcast so that you don't miss what's coming next, because we're going to keep making this simple and realistic for midlife.